Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this Monday?
I'm having a bucket of coffee. It's one of those. I couldn't fall asleep last night, and up early with the kids, so it's one of those things. But
Yep, it's one of those things.
we've got to
And
keep
and
on
thank
keeping
and
on.
thank goodness for coffee, and thank goodness it's not something listed on the stock exchange that we can't afford. It's pretty expensive, but we still somehow find the resources to buy it. So enjoy your coffee.
Well, it's remember when we were at ITGS,
Mhm.
that Professor David Hughes, he said
Yes.
that people didn't want to spend more than £2 on grapes, but they're prepared to spend £4 on coffee. So I said, well, let's plant more coffee then.
We don't have coffee producers as sponsors, by the way.
No. But if you want to sponsor us, get in touch.
Yes. Anyway,
Okay.
okay. Monday Madness. So we've got some news here. Devalt, do you want to introduce the first one?
Yeah.
It's quite a
First thing
serious one.
we are playing around with backgrounds. See what we
Yes,
can do with that.
yes. So that we look a little bit. You don't see our homes in the background. So we are trying to look a little bit more together, and bit by bit we're getting there.
Yeah. Okay. You can just on your side scroll up to the top of the article.
Sure.
Well, over
This
to
is
you.
this is quite a potentially quite a scary headline. It's the 10th of February, basically. I think it was Saturday, and it's in the Mail and Guardian. It says breaking: U.S. Congress receives bill to review SA relations following politically motivated ICJ case. So this refers to South Africa's. Okay, a bill has been submitted to the United States Congress calling for a full review of the country's bilateral relationship with South Africa following the International Court of Justice ruling that found it plausible that Israel had committed acts of genocide against Gaza. So this is fallout from our recent International Court of Justice case, South Africa's case, and it says the bipartisan bill, which was introduced by U.S. Republican Congressman John James and Democratic Party Congressman Jared Moskowitz this week, could threaten South Africa's prospects to benefit from the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which we shortened to AGOA. The bill will still need to be discussed and passed by Congress. Okay, then it goes on to say all of the stuff down here about how it works and all the rest. But the point is, it's quite a. If this thing has potential to be a bit scary for South Africa, and considering, well, here's all the information below it. I don't think the bill accuses the ANC of acting inconsistently with its publicity stated. No, this information is a bit not written very well. Let's try again. The bill accuses the ANC of acting inconsistent with its publicly stated policy of non-alignment in international affairs. It states the South African government has a history of siding with malign actors, including Hamas and the Russian Federation. So watch the space.
Well, if you look, if we just go back to that whole thing, look, if it's on social media, it doesn't mean it's true. Yet most people will perceive it as true. So that, and I had this discussion on Friday, is that back in 1944, when the Second World War was being fought, or even in the late 60s when Vietnam War was on, the only news that you got, or the only info you got, was the info that was there by the media. Now, there are millions of people that are sprouting news, including what we are doing right here now. Everybody's got a voice. Everybody's got a voice and everybody's got an opinion, which there probably was back then, but you couldn't get your voice out unless you could get into the newspaper. So on TikTok, there's been videos circulating, but people stating that they've got facts. And yes, I don't think people might say TikTok is not a very newsworthy platform, but yes, there's a lot of very influential news people on there, stating that with the ANC being basically bankrupt, they were bankrolled by, I think it was Iran or Iraq or one of these,
Iran, yeah, I've heard that.
To lay this charge to something. The cost to bring a case to the ICJ, whatever the thing, International Court of Justice, is something like $4 billion or $8 billion. It's something stupid. It is, and that was bankrolled by another country. We were just the face of this whole bloody thing. So yes.
Well, it's not our place to make political comments, but this has the potential to be very scary for South Africa's finances and for our international exports. So, putting it out there and showing what can be the consequences of something like the international International Court of Justice case. There it is. There it is, right there in the Mail and Guardian, and watch the space.
And just to add on to this as to what our wonderful government is doing for us. Last week, Cyril Ramaphosa said that they're making inroads on the load shedding. Bang! Friday afternoon.
And here we are again
with
stage 6 for the weekend, and now we're on stage 5. So, well, apparently when he was making the Sonar speech, if the facility that they were doing it at, if the Parliament chamber did not have a generator, they would have been in the dark. So while he was saying load shedding is over, they would have been in the dark. So it makes it very difficult to believe political promises when it is as much of a farce as that. Okay, let's move on to something a little bit more positive.
Okay, so this was also, let me just get it here. Shipping giant adds new weekly service to export South African citrus. And this was on the 8th of February. And this has been covered a bit in the news, but also we haven't been around to do that. Hapag-Lloyd AG plans a weekly service to ship citrus products from South African ports in time for the peak season in the world's second biggest exporter of the fruits. The new service by the world's number 5 container carrier will start by the end of May, in time for the bulk of the 2024 citrus season, and run until September, leaving from the ports of Durban and KwaZulu-Natal province and Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape. Gqeberha, for those that don't know, is PE. The Citrus Growers Association of South Africa said in an email statement on Thursday, recent shipping price spikes due to the attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, as well as drought-related complications affecting the Panama Canal, have shown how exposed many fruit exporters are to increases in shipping rates. It views any measure that can introduce some stability and competition into the shipping market is a step forward.
Indeed, isn't that amazing? We've been speaking to Mitchell Brook about all the challenges for the growing exports, and so this is a very good, very positive bit of news coming in here. And in good time for the citrus season. Yes.
Okay. Again, it's all good and fine, saying that there will be a ship every week, but will that ship be able to berth?
And will the fruit get to the port on time and through the port on time? So yes, these are all big issues, and this relates to our weekly conversation we've been having with Mitchell Brook. So please continue to follow us for those that have, and for those that are interested, please check that out as well.
Yes. So I think in terms of news, that is it. Last week we were invited to the Nexus. It was the first open day for Nexus growers, and this one was focused on the grain growers. And look, it's not a place where we often dabble in as the grain industry, because it's run like a co-op. Nobody's got to market their own products apart from all the big machines and the crop protection and fertilizer specialists. But it was very interesting to be there. Extremely interesting, and to learn about.
we learned a great deal. And yes, they had Corne Krige as their guest speaker, and I thought he did a fantastic motivational speech.
Well, he said, well, he
very
did.
humble,
He did say
very
that
humble.
if we're motivated after that, he didn't do a good job.
Yes, very honest, very humble, and yeah, I must say I was very impressed by him and how he came across.
And the whole event, it was very well put together. And we just want to say thank you to Nexus for inviting us and having us there and sharing the day with us.
Informing us, treating us, spoiling us, and letting us go away with some beautiful gifts and a lot of motivation and a lot of information. So yes, thank you, Nexus.
Yeah. And I think that's it for this morning.
Okay, so let's hope you all get through your Monday without too much coffee and have a good week.
Yeah. And, well, maybe the government supplies us with more news for the rest of the week. We don't know.
Indeed. Okay, have a good one.
Bye-bye.